Oh, where I live, we have this nice area, and you can pretty much do whatever you want. You can have a little picnic, you can sightsee, go to the museum, take pictures, see the water, not waterfall, but water fountain.
And we just went home safely.
Now been searching for his daughter for 10 days. 23-year-old Kada Scott went missing Saturday, October 4th. She was last seen going to an overnight shift at her job in Chestnut Hill. She never made it
back as her niece and her son's first cousin remains missing.
To be honest, I'm just hurt right now. I'm filled with rage, anger right now.
So, everybody, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all so much. Yes, and me speaking on the live, seeing the guy with the dreadlocks in my vision. There you go. 2 other people involved. It's a female. I know one female person, but there's some jealousy.
Last year on November the 16th, 2024, 22-year-old Kada Scott took to social media posting Scorpio season. But now, just 11 months later, instead of preparing to celebrate her 24th birthday on November the 18th, police have announced an arrest in connection to her disappearance. Now, while some may see this as a step in the right direction, possibly bringing us closer to finding out what happened to Kada Scott, the heartbreaking truth is that Kada still hasn't been found, and her family as well as authorities are holding out hope that even though it's in the 11th day of the search for Kada, that she could still be found alive. Many are also questioning how the suspect, who was previously charged in connection with the 2025 case, was able to have that charge dropped, and they will explain this in the press conference. So before we get into today's full breakdown, I'm going to play a few short clips from the press conference where police address those earlier charges. Keep in mind as you watch this that Kada is still missing, but investigators say they will continue to work around the clock to bring her home. After that, we'll take a look at some of her family's reactions and then go over the key details from today's press conference. So listen to this.
A typical day when it looks nice, I want to have a little picnic, read, eat fruit, watch Sex in the City, Gossip Girl.
Those charges, we believe there is enough to proceed, and we also do believe that this is a pattern for this person. That refile was filed yesterday. He was served on that as a part of our conversation with him. Him being here and being processed on the new charges, he was served for that, so he will also be facing a preliminary hearing on that previous kidnapping case as well. So at this point, he will have 2 open kidnapping cases that will face preliminary hearings in the coming months.
If there's any questions.
Scott may have been inside the vehicle as well, so now it is being looked over. It's going to get towed away so they can process it for evidence, and police are going to be looking at it. Investigators showed us shortly after that press conference aired, they got a credible tip that led them to this middle school. It's in Auberry Park. As a lot of you may know, this is in East Mountain area. It's really close to where the search happened last Friday.
All around the school as well as inside of the school. And we've already found some evidence that Miss Scott may have been here.
Now, Kada's family has been very active on social media, making pleas for her safe return. One of her aunts took to social media and she made a post that said, "Help us find Kada. I have received many unpleasant messages. People can be so cruel. Please just say prayers and repost. Let's bring her home." And then she went on to say that they were doing a search. And of course, this was posted a couple of days ago. But the significance there is that her family has indicated that they have been receiving unpleasant messages about Kada's disappearance. Now, there also has been speculation online about her mom being the last person to see Kada because of various news articles and because of the last press conference, which if you haven't checked it out, I did upload that in my last video. But authorities did clarify with the news that Kada's phone pinged to a residence, and then the police went out and searched that resident. So I'm going to play a clip from there, but I'm also going to play a clip related to an aunt that traveled in. Now, she does appear on the news, and what she shared with the news is that she does have spiritual abilities, according to her, and that she was using those abilities along with her son, wanting to help look for Kada to hopefully try to uncover some clues. So first she went on the news, and after she appeared on the news, then she went live on social media. So I'm going to play these clips. So listen to this.
This is the area where Scott was last seen. She disappeared Saturday night after going to work and then leaving. Her family told us today they thought her phone pinged to a home, but there was no luck. Philadelphia police say she took her car keys, her iPad, her phone, and watch, but left her car behind. Now, prior to Kada's disappearance, she reported being harassed by someone through her.
This one is it's a real tough situation because it's just unreal.
Bree White back in Chestnut Hill from Delaware today with her son. She says they couldn't just sit back as her niece and her son's first cousin remains missing.
I'm filled with rage, anger right now. I'm just trying to stay strong for my cousin.
We've been out here since yesterday in the rain, in the parks, in Arbery, and today we decided to come out here over in this area. To me, something is very strong over here in this area. And at this point, it's really just about getting out here and looking for her.
White describes herself as spiritual and says she's relying on that for clues to help her find her niece.
So, update on my niece, Kada Scott. Y'all know I'm spiritual, but y'all know I'm a two-headed doctor, treater, seer, all above. To give you an update, of course, this particular case that I solve unsolved cases all the time before it's authorities, the news, things of that sort, and people revert back to my page like, oh my gosh, you were right, da-da-da-da. Update on my niece. I don't want to say too many things that I know what is happening right now based out of respect for the family. For me, I understand more better because of who I am and how I carry in the spirit world, things of that sort. I will tell you this. My niece is still in the area of between the job and the park. That's what I will tell you. I will tell you that there's 3 people involved. I will tell you that one person has dreadlocks. I will tell you that the job does know what something is going on with it. I will tell you that my niece got in a car to sit with the parties, and it wound up being a drive-off situation into an argument. It is not sexually that's involved. It is a lot of, assault and things of that sort, and, that led to, it's a transition situation. Old trucks that with the latch hatched down. Find that girl. The boy that they got, he didn't really want to go. He crazy and shit, believe that. But he didn't really want to go as far as he went because he liked her. She ain't nothing to play with. She was fighting the fuck back. And she just keeps saying, I wish I didn't get in the car. I just wish I didn't get in the car. It definitely was a controversy. It was over a transaction. Like I said, I don't want to go too deep in that. I want to sit back and continue to watch the news live. Y'all see my page. Y'all see what I get into. I don't need to prove no points no more. I just wanted to clear the air though, because watch the news live. Y'all see my page. Y'all see what I get into. I don't need to prove no points no more. I just wanted to clear the air though, because I get disturbed and I just be cool on certain shit. This is sentimental to me. So if it was anything else, I wouldn't give a fuck. But when people come from me like this, especially his dad's side, and she playing with me because I don't think she realized who she playing with, but you best to go ahead. And anybody else that's trolling along my old trucks that with the latch hatched down, find that girl. the boy that they got, he didn't really want to go. He crazy and shit, believe that. But he didn't really want to go as far as he went because he liked her. She ain't nothing to play with. She was fighting the fuck back. And she just keeps saying, I wish I didn't get in the car. I just wish I didn't get in the car. It definitely was a controversy. It was over a transaction. Like I said, I don't want to go too deep in that. I want to sit back and continue to watch the news live. Y'all see my page. Y'all see what I get into. I don't need to prove no points no more. I just wanted to clear the air though because watch the news live. Y'all see my page. Y'all see what I get into. I don't need to prove no points no more. I just wanted to clear the air though because I'm gonna sweep the whole other side of King High School on Thursday. That's the side where Ada Lewis School is at. Right in that back part. I'm telling y'all, she not nowhere before between that job and there. I'm telling y'all. I'll let y'all know Thursday when I'm going out there.
Gave me hope, and now it's like hearing her missing. It's like that shit just really break my heart because like I haven't slept in like 5 days. I'm gonna be so honest. Like I'm at work, fucking stressed, tired, irritated. Like I was like, bro, I'm literally just saying to myself, like I just want to find my cousin. Like,
what are your thoughts about Kada's alleged aunt? Now, she did explain that she's not necessarily related to her. It's her son who is Kada's first cousin. So she did say that, but she says she's always referred to her as a niece, and that's why she's continuing to do so. Now, what others have pointed out, what is interesting is that the authorities did indicate that they received a tip that led them to the school, and at the school they discovered evidence that was linked to Kada, and that's how they know that she was there. What evidence, they will not say. Now, in addition to the evidence at the school, they also received a tip, so they were able to locate the suspect's car. So in the press conference, you're going to hear them talk about needing to locate the car, but the car has been located. Now, the significance of why I pointed that out to you is because someone has said maybe he's not acting alone. If someone has given them two tips, to provide them with evidence at the school, provided them with the suspect's car, that may give credibility to what the aunt is saying, that someone else is potentially involved. What are your thoughts about that? Now, I'm going to play this press conference. Now, in this press conference, there's questions that are posed at the end about the relationship between the victim and the suspect, because keep in mind, she still has not been found. And what authorities will say is that they only known each other for a short amount of time. As far as what the relationship was, if they were in a dating relationship, authorities will not elaborate on that or provide any details. But it was a post that was made by someone, and he shared videos he shared a video with various pictures of him, and it appears to be Kada in the videos, and he made a post, and what he said was, in a short period of time, you became my favorite person. We really didn't need to label what we got. So he made this post on his page. Kada was following his page from one of her business accounts. He, of course, was following her account, and he would comment on her statuses that she would make on her business account, because on her personal account, as I said in my last video, she did not have her comments open. But on her business page, her various business pages, he was one that was following it, and he would comment on her posts. So, of course, authorities have not said if she was in a relationship. Her family hasn't said, but what they have said at this point is that she is still missing.
Hi. And we are about to get into a little paint and sip. So, yeah. All of this stuff, you can find this easily at Five and Below. I got these two canvases, $5.
As to why we are here and the information that you will receive. Essentially letting you know how we have gotten here. But more so the public's help that we need right now. The public has been very, very helpful thus far in providing a lot of information which the investigators have been able to track down a lot of the leads, which has helped us get to this point here. But as I said, a lot of work still to be done. The number one priority is locating Ms. Scott. I just want to make that very clear. And so while we are at this stage of this now, that's our priority. And so we will ask for your help in locating this vehicle, which you'll get a little more information. It's a 1999 metallic gold Toyota Camry with a Pennsylvania tag of MSX0797. But we need to know where this car is. We need to find this car. Making this very clear, it's not to just focus on the northwest section of the city of Philadelphia. This car has traversed through the entire city. And so I want that to be clear, that every neighborhood, every person listening to this, whether you're in North Philly, South Philly, Southwest, Northwest, please open your eyes and see if you locate this car, or if you have seen this car, please contact us and give us that information. The second part of this is the individual that Deputy Commissioner Venor will provide his information very shortly. Want folks to understand this person has a little bit of a pattern of this type of history. And so we want to encourage anyone that may have been involved with this individual, anyone that may know this individual, please, at this point in time, make that phone call. Feel comfortable enough to call us and let us know if you have any information regarding this person, regarding any interaction you've had with this individual. If you have been the victim of any crime regarding this individual, I want you to understand now is the time to make that phone call and let us know. Give us that information so that we can continue on. Again, just want to make it very clear that a lot of work has been done, starting off with Northwest Detective Division, and then this case shifting over to homicide, making it very clear that the case was shifted to homicide because we have the most experienced investigators in our homicide unit. They have the most experience dealing with all types of investigations. They also have the most resources available to them. And so we have the hopes that we are still treating this as if Ms. Scott is still alive. And that's why we want the public's help in trying to locate every single piece of this. But I just wanted to make that clear because I know there's been some reports once it shifted over to homicide, folks not understanding the why. And so that's the reason behind that. At this point in time, again, appreciate the help that we've gotten. I want to turn everything over to Deputy Venor to go into more details about the individual that has been taken into custody and some other pertinent facts of the investigation.
All right, good morning. Just to reiterate what the Commissioner Stanford said, we've been investigating this since Saturday, October 4th in the evening, the last time Kada Scott was seen at her place of work up in Mount Airy area. Our evidence that we followed, and we did involve a lot of investigators on this, led us to several places, that digital evidence, and as everybody knows, we searched a very large area up in the Arboretum, and we came up really with negative results. After that time, we asked the Homicide Division, the FBI Violent Crime Task Force to enter into the investigation to assist. All right, and we continued our search trying to track Ms. Scott's whereabouts along with anybody she may have encountered during that time. Our evidence is pretty clear that she was in communication with an individual. That individual appears to meet her very shortly after she leaves her place of work. And very shortly after that, she disappears off of the footprint. We have a lot of digital evidence, video and other, which provides us with this individual by the name of Keon, K-E-O-N, King, K-I-N-G. We believe this individual, and through our evidence, we were able to charge this individual. The district attorney was able to charge the individual. You'll hear from them shortly with kidnapping at this point. It's very important to know we're not done our investigation. We need to find Ms. Scott, figure out where she is or what may have happened to her to cause her to completely disappear from all her items, her phone, her Instagram, social media sites, and everywhere else, work. She left her car at that location. So it's very important that this individual, who does have prior history of being arrested, especially for this very same thing. This year was charged with kidnapping another female acquaintance. That case was dismissed from court, and they'll explain it. It's going to be refiled now as we're going to move forward to attempt. So he's being really charged with 2 cases today of kidnapping. And in that case, it involves assaults that occurred during the kidnapping. So this is a pattern of behavior. That vehicle that you've seen, the Toyota Camry, was his vehicle, all right? That vehicle's not recovered, all right? Some of the stuff he did as we attempted to find him was he got rid of things like the car, the phone. We're not able to find things that he was using. He had an address in Southwest Philadelphia. He had other addresses that it looks like he's not using anymore. So he attempted to elude us for some time. He did come in last night. He's here being processed, but there's a lot of questions we still have. So we're asking the public's help. We need it more than ever. This car, you'll see a better picture of it. We sent it to you digitally. It's a gold-colored Camry, 1999. It has heavy front-end damage on the left front bumper. All right, that's being described that way several times. We know it's been in the Mount Airy area. We have photos of it in Center City. We have pictures of it in Grace Ferry area and in Southwest Philadelphia. So it's possible that it could be anywhere. It could be outside the city. So if somebody sees this, thinks they know where this car is, it's very possible it doesn't have this tag on it anymore. So if you see a car like it, we're urging you to call police, have it investigated. Any information on this, you can call our tip line, 215-686-TIPS, 8477, or the Homicide Division directly and give that information.
An assistant district attorney in the homicide unit. I became involved in this investigation last week when the investigation was turned over to the homicide unit. So I became the assigned ADA when detectives Rob Daly and Joe Kremen took over the case. The first thing I want to say is that PPD and our federal partners and Detective Daly and Detective Kremen have done an amazing job to get us where we are. Today I'm joined by Tracy Washington from our Victim Services Unit and also Bob Listenby, the first assistant of our office. What I can confirm is that our office, as of the early morning hours into the early morning hours this morning, did charge this individual with charges, the lead charge being kidnapping. You know, as we've said multiple times at this point, we do not know where Ms. Scott is. So at this point, our lead charge is kidnapping. What we're able to confirm and what I was able to charge based on is what we know, which has already been said, which is that this person, Mr. King, is the last person we believe to be in contact with her and that he was in contact with her when she went offline, meaning her phone, everything. So at this point, the investigation has led us here and we're able to charge him with kidnapping, recklessly endangering another person, use of a communication facility, meaning his phone. We were able to track his phone and communications on his phone. He's being processed as we speak. When I picked up this investigation, one of the things that our office also learned was that he did have a previous case. It was a 2025 case for very similar conduct, strangulation and kidnapping. That case had been withdrawn by our office based on the witness failing to appear at court. I pulled that file, and after an extensive review of it, our office made the decision to refile those charges. We believe there is enough to proceed, and we also do believe that this is a pattern for this person. That refile was filed yesterday. He was served on that as a part of our conversation with him. Him being here and being processed on the new charges, he was served for that, so he will also be facing a preliminary hearing on that previous kidnapping case as well. So at this point, he will have 2 open kidnapping cases that will face preliminary hearings in the coming months.
I don't know if there's any questions.
For the district attorney's office, how many times does a defendant, does the case appear before a judge that it's then withdrawn? I mean, how many times did this matter come before a judge and the decision then gets made, it's withdrawn?
And it depends. In this specific case, what I could tell you is that after the first listing, when the victim failed to appear, the case was marked what I'll call must be tried. which is a little bit of a court lingo, but basically saying if it's not tried by the next listing, it'll either be dismissed or withdrawn. It was marked that way after the first listing when she didn't appear in court. And then at the second listing, when again, we didn't have the witness or the victim in court, it was at that point withdrawn given the previous marking. Do you have the date of birth? I do not, but I'm sure we can get that.
Yeah, I'll get it.
The video that was seen of the vehicle in the area of the arena, do we believe that's the vehicle that...
So this vehicle has been traveling all over the city. So we do believe this video was involved in what we're talking about, and we have it all over the city in concert with how he's moving as well. Have it. Yep, we have the date of birth for you. It is 5/6/2004. So 5/6/2004.
Do you guys know how the two knew each other, how long it had been, and is this the specific individual that Kada had expressed concern about, specifically harassment?
I'm not willing to comment on that at this time. That's still very much being investigated in terms of their relationship and how long they knew each other.
So the significance of the car right now, the urgency, if you will, can you address why you believe people need to find this car?
Sure, I can certainly comment on that, or if you want to. I mean, at this point, we believe he is connected to this vehicle. We also believe she may have been in that vehicle.
As far as the other case, the kidnapping case,
Yes.
can you just explain some of the circumstances surrounding that case? Brief as you need to be.
Sure. That case is an individual that was known to him, a domestic in nature. And what I can say is the allegations in that case are that he kidnapped a woman in front of her house, threw her in her car, assaulted her, and then eventually let her out of the car. There is some video evidence, I believe, that'll be played at the preliminary hearing, but that was domestic in nature.
And do you have a time or about when that happened?
It was this year in 2025. The case was withdrawn in May, so it predates that by a little bit.
What was the last location this car was seen?
I don't know if we have exactly the last location, but what I can say is through our investigation, it was tracked all over the city, in multiple areas of the city in multiple different time periods throughout, the entire length of this investigation.
When police were at an address in Southwest Philadelphia last Thursday night, was that one of his addresses?
It was one of the addresses connected to this investigation.
Do you believe anyone else might be helping King or possibly be driving a vehicle for him?
In terms of other people being involved, I don't have comment on that at this time. It's still very much being investigated. There have been several phone numbers involved that we've been tracking, but all roads at this point lead to him, and so that's what we're hoping leads us to her.
After she arrives at work at 10 o'clock, how big is the time window when she actually remains at work before leaving?
Yeah.
She's not there long at all. She gets there maybe just before 10, and right after she's out, maybe 20 minutes. That's what I'm told.
Are they communicating at this point?
We believe they are, yeah.
Do you know how the two knew each other?
I don't know their relationship. Obviously, they had a connection. They're going back and forth, and they've known each other for a short time, but I don't know how long.
Do you know if she was willingly meeting him, or was she...
I don't know. I don't know yet.
We're going to take a couple more questions. Just want to get this information out there as quickly as we can. So 2 more questions.
I just wanted to see, is he saying anything? Is he being interviewed?
I'm not going to comment on that at this point.
Next question.
All right.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you. Appreciate this. School itself, we were able to gain entry. It's 3 floors. It's a large school. And there's going to be a lot of area to cover, and we're going to make sure we leave this stuff.
No, is it the school district, Philadelphia's school?
Yeah, I believe that the property is still out of the school district. Also has safety officers out of it, but it is still in the possession of the school district.
The car is still, you guys are still looking for the car.
Yeah, we're still looking for the car. And again, thank you for bringing that up. It's any information that we can get. We believe that Ms. Scott was inside of that car. That would be very helpful in our investigation. So again, we implore anybody who has any information whatsoever, call our tip line 215-686-TIPS, 215-686-8477.
Sergeant Gripp, could you give us a sense, knowing that this came forward as a tip itself, how many tips you may have received in the time since you brought the information to the public, not only about the car, but also...
Sure. I can't get into the particulars, but we have received a great deal of support from the public. not just in this case, but in other ones as well. This is why we say, there's a lot more people out there than there are police officers. The folks out there are eyes and ears, and media are the ones that are out there helping us get the message out there. So, again, shortly after having a press conference, we received this tip. It doesn't seem like a coincidence to me, and I'm sure it doesn't seem like a coincidence to these investigators out there. So, again, we implore anyone who has any information, it's important that we help find this stuff.
Was this an anonymous tip too? Are you guys in touch with the person?
Don't want to get into the particulars of that, but again, it was shortly after the conclusion of the press conference that we received the tip.
It seems like things are coming together for you pretty quickly with announcements and people in custody. Are you still imploring people whether they think their tip is maybe not valuable?
Absolutely. And, if I could borrow a line from Captain Craig, he said, every investigation is like a jigsaw puzzle. It could be 1,000-piece puzzle. You think your piece is insignificant, but you never know. And we'll never be able to complete that puzzle until we have it. So no matter how insignificant you think your tip might be, any interactions you had with the suspect in the past, which may not even be directly tied to the disappearance of Miss Scott, it could be helpful in our investigation. And we implore everybody to come forward for that. We have a family out there. There's in a lot of pain right now. Absolutely, there's just devastating. So that information that they give, that helps us to these.
During the press conference, it was said this investigation is proceeding as a mistrial. Is that still the presumption?
Absolutely, 100%. DC Denor said earlier on Friday, we do not believe that Ms. Scott disappeared randomly. That we believe that she was getting against her will. But we have seen in the past, sometimes even here in Philadelphia, the case of Alicia Baker, it was 10 years ago now. We've had in Alicia's case, she was abducted. And several days later, she was found safe. So we're going to continue to hold out hope. So we have reason to believe otherwise. But regardless, as to what happened, regardless of what Ms. Scott, I'll ask for everybody's help.
Thank you.
So Kada Scott's still out there as far as we know.
Yes, we did not find Miss Scott. We found some articles that are interesting, again, of evidentiary value, but Miss Scott was not there.
Were they hers?
I'm not going to get into whose they were.
Any indication based off of how recently she was there?
No.
Any reason that the information on the car was held back until today? You were tracking it around the city, and the information comes in today, and you have a car a couple hours later.
Again, it was the public's help. Okay, we suspected that car was attached to Mr. King. We had to gather the evidence enough to actually go look for the vehicle.
How long were police tracking this car?
I'm not going to get into that.
Any further conversation with Mr. King?
I'm not going to discuss that. I'm not going to discuss that right now.
Okay.
All right, thank you very much. Thanks.
This is Kada, beautiful picture that she's doing.
When was this isn't like her? She's never left home before?
No, not like this. Her phone been off since Saturday. Well, to my knowledge, since Sunday morning, and it's going completely right straight to voicemail. So it hasn't been on since Sunday morning that I know of.
What do you think's going on?
I'm not sure. I'm hoping for the best, thinking positive, but yeah, something is off. It's not right. I need as much help as I can, but something is definitely wrong. She wouldn't just leave and not contact anyone, none of her friends, family, respond back as far as text messages. She's not on her Instagram. No, nothing.
Where would she go without her car? She's at work. She
Right.
doesn't leave. She leaves work, but her car's still at work, and
Yes.
her phone's off.
Yes, so nowhere. She's supposed to left at 6 a.m. on Sunday morning. But when I originally called on Sunday morning at the job, they told me that she had worked her full shift from 10 to 6 a.m. So she should have been home by 6:15. It's right around the corner.
And they all saw her leave work, but they didn't see where she went or who she went with.
That's correct, originally. So when I called on Monday morning, they told me she did not work her full shift. The car was still sitting in the parking lot. So it's like she vanished. Like what? No cameras, no nothing. So where is she?